Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Big Bain in this thing. You guys guessed it. Another week, another opportunity for us to make some money in the Forex market. Let's get right to it, guys. All right. Boom, over on the dollar. So, guys, we took that big drop last week on the dollar because of all the news that came out, right? And since then, we found a bit of a floor, all right, at the low of, this price of 103.12. And we got support right below that. So, right now, I am expecting the dollar to pull back at least to this area that it broke. All right, if we look at it on the lower time frame, we can see, this is where we broke the lows. All right, and for the most part, we just are trading sideways for now, again, until the week actually begins. So we got news for the dollar on Monday, PMI at 10 a.m. We have odd news for Tuesday and New Zealand news on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we have odd and New Zealand news again, right? So it looks like it's going to be a big week for the odd and New Zealand pairs. And then on Thursday, we got unemployment for the dollar. Friday is news for the CAD. It deals with employment and unemployment. So not a whole lot going on for the dollar this week coming up. So it should be smooth and easy selling. But for the odd New Zealand pairs, they look like they're going to be jumping this week. So, pay attention to those. Either way, back on the dollar, guys, I'm expecting a rise, which is mainly going to be a pullback to the new downtrend that it's just begun to get into. So look for the dollar to push up at least to this level, maybe a little deeper before continuing its downtrend. All right. So bringing that back to the daily, just know that I am bullish. I don't think we're going to get the hunt to the low. It's possible. All right. We may get that first and then jump up. But overall, I'm looking for the dollar to give us some kind of retracement to the upside. All right. Over to the odd dollar. So we're near a major level of support and it looks like it wants to rise. All right. So with that, that's giving some kind of indication that maybe the dollar will continue to fall and the odd dollar will rise. But just from the structure of it, we had a big drop already, breaking these lows, making a new low in this support area. So I believe that the odd dollar will rise. All right. So bullish on the odd dollar. On the euro dollar, we had a big move up as the dollar had a big move down. So the euro dollar rose, but now we're up against this level of resistance and we may begin to fall on the euro dollar, which will, indicate that the dollar most likely is going up because that's the relationship that it has with one another, that inverse relationship of the dollar rising and the euro dollar falling and vice versa. So I'll be looking for the euro dollar to push down. All right, bearish on the euro dollar. Pound dollar. So pound dollar's made a good amount of drop and started to rise as of Friday of last week, but now it's just sitting in the middle of the zone between the high and the low of Friday. So looking at it on a lower time frame, you can see the rejection of those highs and price is just kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere. So to be honest, I'm not really sure what the pound dollar is going to do, but being that it is respecting this level of resistance, I'm going to assume that it will drop. All right, guys. So bearish on the pound dollar for now. Looking for it to get all the way down to this level. And we're talking 75 pips roughly to the downside on the pound dollar. All right. Moving on to the New Zealand dollar. And looking at this, we made a drop and we made a pullback. So it's pretty likely that we'll continue our movement to the downside and do another drop on the New Zealand dollar. But it's very mixy at the moment and not really that clear cut. But I mean, we do have a low and then a high. We made a lower low and then we made a lower high. So we may just very well continue to fall on the New Zealand dollar. So I'm going to be bearish on the New Zealand dollar for now. All right. Dollar CAD. All right, we pushed up pretty decently on the dollar CAD, and now we're again in the range of Friday. So there's really no telling what it's going to do. Just try to get to the lower time frame, get more details, and it looks like it's bullish. All right, from the way that it broke above these highs, and then it gave us a higher low within this fair value gap that we see right here. All right, it's maintaining that support level, and it's looking like it's going to rise. So I'll be bullish on the dollar CAD. All right, dollar Swiss franc. Looking at it from the daily, again, it made a big push down, just like the dollar did, right into this level of support when we look left. So I am expecting a pullback up to the area that we fell from on Friday, to this Fibonacci level or this fair value gap. So I'm bullish on the dollar CHF. Same for dollar JPY, massive push down, all right, into our support area. So I am expecting a pullback or some sort of retracement before we continue to fall. There is possibility that we could just keep falling, right? But we've done a lot of falling so far, guys. So typically, pullbacks are expected, and I'll be looking for that before, I'm bearish on the dollar JPY. So bullish for now on the dollar JPY. All right, over to pound odd. And we've pushed up significantly, breaking above these highs. And now we're sitting at this area where we really kind of tapped into this fair value gap to the left right here. And it looks like, so it was bearish when it broke this support. It had a nice retest and then a drop. But then right there, we found this order block. We tapped into it and we reversed, breaking this high. So it's really a little mixy right now. I can see us falling back to do a retest after we broke this high and then potentially rising up. But I need to see price come down first and the bulls show up, respecting this area as support, and then I'll take it long. But since we just had this break to make our new high and give us a little change of character, as you can see with the break of this trend line, right about there. So I'm going to say we're going to be bullish on the pound odd, all right? Over to pound CAD. And, the story kind of looks similar, where we had a nice level of support that we've been respecting. We broke below it, retested it, and dropped. But since then, we've rose back above that level of resistance and turned it back into support. So we very well can come back to support, respect it, and begin to rise. If that happens, guys, I will be bullish on the pound CAD, all right? But there is possibility we can just continue to drop. So the telltale, thing will be to see if this support area gets respected and we get bulls to show up above the support level. If that happens, again, we should be rising on the pound CAD. So bullish on the pound CAD. All right, over to pound CHF. Let's look at it off the daily. And we can see just a major drop. So we're back into this support zone. All right, we have consolidation, but we also have an order block. So I'm expecting maybe a little tiny drop just to, get you guys to think that it's going to fall more. But I'm expecting the pullback to the area that we broke, and we've had, massive imbalance. All right. So I'm definitely going to say bullish on the pound CHF for right now. But then after our pullback or our retracement, we should begin to fall. All right. So bullish on pound CHF. Pound JPY, man, the JPY has been killing the dollar and killing the pound. All right, just all the way down. And again, we're back at a nice level of support right about here. All right, so I'm expecting it to tap into support and then begin to rise, try to balance out some of the imbalance that we have on that massive push down. So I'm bullish on pound JPY. All right, over to pound New Zealand. And we just broke above the high of Friday. So if we look at it on the lower time frame, we can see that we barely, got above there. But it is looking promising that it can continue to rise, as we had, just a bit of a trend line break here. Okay, something like that. Maybe a little force, but you guys get the idea. All right, so now I'm looking for price to respect this level. that it broke. So come back down, respect it, and then give us some bulls. And then I will be bullish on the pound New Zealand. All right. But it is looking pretty promising for the rise. Over to crude oil. All right. We'll go back to the daily. I want to clean this up just a little bit. Okay, so it looked good on the daily. Again, guys, major drop. My team caught most of that. All right, but now it's at that support level and it's looking like it's ready to rise. Notice how a lot of things have dropped as of last week, and that's why you guys saw everything red when you looked at the heat maps and heard the news, right? So whenever that's whenever you got something like that happening, people are going to end up taking profits. All right, guys, and that's going to cause a lot of buy orders to be created, thus causing a push up in a lot of the pairs that you saw that fell down. All right, so as far as oil is concerned, I see us pushing up. One moment, making this resistance. All right, I do see us pushing up a little more to, again, just balance out a lot of the fair value gaps that were created when we had it pushed to the downside. All right, so maybe we'll respect this level of resistance and turn around and drop. But overall, we'll have to see that get respected before we look to get into ourselves. So I do believe that we're just going to get a deeper pullback first, and then a potential turnaround to where we continue falling. All right. So that is for oil. Moving over to silver. All right. Silver looks bearish. All right. As we broke some lows, made new lows, and now we're pulling back into this fair value gap. So if I take a Fibonacci and I bring it from the high to the low, there you go. All right. So we're right in the golden zone, if you will. So I do expect a little push up to possibly the 61.8 and then a drop. I got in this pretty early for a sell just now for those reasons. And my stop is right above the fair value gap. So again, I'm bearish on silver. And over to gold. Gold is giving the same kind of vibes. We had bearish divergence right here, as you guys can see. So the chart was making higher highs and the RSI was making lower highs, right? And it all lines up, all right? Therefore, we had a massive push down and we didn't really break support, but we made a low, all right? Breaking below that on the lower time frame. And we've now since pulled back. So if we take a nice Fibonacci level once again from that high to that low, you can see we're in the same situation as silver. So I expect just a little push up further to the 61.8 and then a nice drop on gold. So I'm bearish on gold, and when you see that, typically that'll give you a nice indication that maybe the dollar is going to rise because of the inverse correlation that it has with the dollar. All right, so bearish on gold. To NAS. All right, this is one of our babies, and as you guys can see, let's go back to the daily. Right, so we fell all for the past 3 weeks on NAS. All right, just bleeding. Now we finally got to a level of support, and as we get back down to the lower time frame, right, you guys can see that we have a bit of a falling channel. Right, probably looks better on like 30-minute. There you have it. Right, way more detail, and we can understand what's going on. So what I'm expecting, guys, is a rise up, breaking above this level of resistance right around here. Okay, and let's get it right, let's get it tight. Boom. Right, so again, I'm expecting price to push up, break this resistance, respect it as support, and give me some bulls. If that happens, we have a higher low, right, and we can take the trade here, and we can aim for anywhere up into this area. All right, as we have a resistance level here, and we also have an order block sitting up here. All right, so that's what I'll be looking for this week, because again, we made a major push down all last week, as you guys know from the headlines. But now with the way that we have this falling channel into this major level of support, this is a bullish reversal chart pattern. So yes, it looks like it wants to continue to fall right now, which it also can do. But I'm just letting you know that if I get to see the bulls show up and do the things that I'm looking for, I will be long on NAS. But overall, NAS is still bearish for right now, but you got to be careful. All right, There is talks of recession, and we have our political stuff going on. So all of it seems bad and can keep the Nas falling. But as the week begins, guys, just be a little patient to see exactly what it's going to do. Wait for it to show its hand, and then make your move. All right. But I am bullish initially on Nas for the pullback because of the falling channel and into support. But as it rises up, I'll definitely be looking for that sell somewhere later in the week. All right. So bullish initially on Nas. SPY, all right, also had its big drop. All right, my team took advantage of that. And now it's respecting Friday's low, right? Just a little rejection on it. So I do expect it to rise as well. I'm bullish on SPY. Last but not least, US 30. Guys, we made over 700 points. US 30 actually ended up hitting our take profit for almost 1,000 points, I want to say. But ultimately, last week, Friday was a great day for the US 30 trade that we were able to capitalize off of very nicely. So as of right now, we're ranging in between Friday's high and low, coming off a major support area and a major drop. So I am expecting US 30 to give us some sort of pullback as well up into this area before continuing to drop. We have major imbalance up in this area. So once again, guys, I think we're just going to rise up and then, tap into some of that imbalance or liquidity. And then we'll be heading down on the US 30. But for now, I'm bullish on US 30. Again, guys, if you guys are looking for the best education, right, to really understand the Forex market and be able to take advantage of the opportunities that it presents for making money, especially like on these indices, especially during times like now where, there's a lot of turmoil economically, right? And just knowing how to incorporate that, over in the Forex market to, get a bag. I highly suggest you guys come on over and check me out. Forexwithbain.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed, and you will see the light, get the education as well as the money that comes with it once you become a part of the team. All right. So come check me out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and family. Put them on because, once you get everybody in the mix, it becomes a lovely thing. All right. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy, your Sunday with the friends and fam, and, just get ready for a awesome week. All right. It's your boy. Peace. Want to get money? Want to get paid? That's Forex. Like a sensei, then you know you got to come and swing my way. And if you want to fast forward, hit replay.